Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to teach you how to expand collapse static table view. So let's get started. Let's open a new project. Let's call it static table view. So at the end of our tutorial you will be able to toggle any section uh, using a static table view without using any library. So you can toggle the first section, the second section, the third section. So let's now open our main storyboard, and let's zoom out. So let's now uh, get a new table view controller, and let's be the first initial view controller, and let's also open add the new file, new table view file. Let's call it, for example, static, or let's call it settings table view controller. So now let's call this one, first let's have one navigator controller, and let's call it setting and let's make it similar to the setting page in the iPhone. So just click the table view. First let's change the navigation bar. Let's have a large title. Okay, now let's go back to the table view and let's change the content to be static cells. Let's have also two sections. You can add many as you want. So in this example we put 6 sections, but let's make it very quick and let's add just 2 sections. Change the style to be grouped, and let's change the background to be default. So let's have only one row, so in each section. So let's call the first section general, and the second section, for example, network. So we want to be able to toggle this section to expand it or to collapse it. Okay, so let's have our settings view here. First let's link our setting view with the setting view controller file. So let's call it settings table view. Okay, so now let's remove this code first, and this one. So let's change the number of sections to be equal to 2, and so let's write if section is equal to 0, let's return 1. and else it will be 10. So if it is not the first section, it will be also 1. So now let's have two variables. First, let's put the mark. So the first variable will be when we tab the section. So let's call it tabbed index path, index path. And when we select the also the index, so let's have the other variable, let's call it selected index equal to ns index path. Also, let's have two variable for the first section and the second section to know which section that we tabbed. So let's call the first one tabbed bool equal to false, and the second one will be tab 2, let's call it 2 bool false. So now let's add one more function, the height for row. So if we tabbed, for example, the first section, we need to expand it to be equal to the row height, and if we collapse it, let's change the row height to be equal to 0. So let's call now the height for row at. So if index path section is equal to 0, and if tabbed equal to true, let's have the table row equal to row height. So return table view dot row height. If we didn't the tabbed, or we tabbed it again to be equal to false, let's have the row height to be equal to 0. And also we'll do it with the first section, the second section. So else, so let's copy it and paste it here, but let's change the variable to be equal to 2. So, and then now let's add the did select function, did select row at, and let's add the, so now if we tab the section, let's have the index path of this section. So self dot tabbed index path is equal to index path, and then let's reload the table view, table view dot reload data. And now let's add the our magic of the static table view. So if now if we toggle the header section, we want to make this work, to expand or to collapse. So let's now add the view for header in section. So if section is equal to 0, let's have a view. Let's call it view1 equal to UI table view header footer view. And let's have also the gesture recognizer to see if we toggle the first one or the second one, first section or the second section. So let's call it tab recognizer equal to UI tab gesture recognizer, and the target will be self, and the action selector. Let's have a function, let's call it handle the first tab, handle tab 1. So also let's add now the UI gesture recognizer delegate, and let's now gesture tab recognizer dot delegate equal to self tab recognizer dot how many tabs required, so number of tabs required is equal to 1. You can even change it to 2, so if we tab 2 times, it will collapse or expand the section. But in our tutorial we'll be having only 1 tab, so number of tabs required is equal to 1, and also number of touches required is equal to 1. So number of touches required equal to 1. Now let's add it to our view. So now add gesture recognizer is equal to tab recognizer, and then return a view. So we'll do the same with the other section. So let's just copy and paste over here, and let's call it 2. And also the second one. So now if we tapped the section, if the tab is equal to false, tabbed will be equal to true, and let's reload the table. Else tabbed equal to false, and also let's retain the table view. Oh, sorry, we forgot to to add the UI gesture recognizer. So gesture recognizer, UI gesture recognizer, and the delegate the let's add it over there also, over there also, and let's do the same. Equal to 2, 2, 2. So now let's run our application. So as you can see, if we toggle the first section, you see it is expanding, and if we toggle it again, it will collapse, and also for the network section. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.